Shalom, shalom. This is Shalomar from the Great Millstone Atlantic Camp, coming back at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah with another lesson. Lord's willing is edifying. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rahak Wadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. They teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And just want to go into first of all, let me get this one scripture in Joel 2, and I think it's around 28. Yep, 2 and 28. It says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old man shall dream dreams, and your young men." I'm gonna read this over. It says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions." Okay, so I've been of course, brothers that listen to other brother videos, there they be a lot of brothers, going into their dreams, and also that their wives' dreams, or their ribs' dreams. So my rib, she be telling me about different dreams that she have. So the past between I want to say maybe last night and the end of last week, she been having different dreams, and she told me about two of them, and she didn't really understand what they meant. So I kind of, of course, when people tell you about certain things, a dream or something, you start thinking about scriptures. So that's why I wanted to bring this out in Joel 2 and 28. So basically, I'm gonna briefly go over what happened in her dreams, and I don't know the full detail, but just what I remember, what she told me. First, the first one. So a few days ago, a few nights ago, she said that there were these wolves coming after people, and the people that escaped the wolves was hiding in a tree. Or they was able to get in a tree, and the wolves were taking people. So, the first dream I didn't really understand. I'm like, well, I can't really pinpoint that anything as far as, a wolf in the scriptures. But then again, I thought of it. I'm like, what if it's just, a beast? So same thing happened last night. She told me, she's like, "Hey, I got to tell you about this dream." She said it was these large cats, like panthers. They was big and strong and dark. And they was taking people. And she was telling people to hide. So, and she said it wasn't like it was random people that were being taken. There weren't really a distinction between the people that was not being taken and the people that was taken. So I'm like, maybe these are just beasts, properly representing the beast system. Because the same thing when the Lord gave visions to the ancient prophets of the scriptures, they were actually seeing different animals. When you read Revelations chapter 9, and it talks about the locusts and the scorpions, that Revelations 9, that section of it goes into World War I. And then it talks about the second war is past, the third war coming quickly. So John the Revelator was actually seeing certain beasts. So also in the second dream with the cats, she said she looked up, and when no one else looking up, and she just saw a whole bunch of chariots. Some of them were in different formations. Some of them were like orbs, but it was a whole bunch of chariots, because a lot of times we'll go out and we'll just go look up at the sky and just see random chariots going across the sky. Since we known the truth and known what the chariots are, we go out and just watch chariots. So she know what the chariots look like. She says she saw a whole bunch of them. The sky was just like covered with them. And this was the dream with the Panthers. So, of course, the chariots of ours are our salvation. Now, I just thought about a lot of things, and I'm just gonna pull a few scriptures out because, of course, we know this beast. The beast system is NATO and the EU, America, of course, which is pretty much running the world right now, and their system is collapsing. Now, one thing that they are going to do in these last days is implement a digital system with the beast, which is NATO and the EU and America. They're going to implement a digital system, which is going to be in the form of an implant. They're already trying to roll this thing out. Of course, if you take that implant, there's no salvation for you. So I'm thinking that when she was saying the beast or the different animals that was taking people, those were the people that were caught up in the system, or that's going to take the chip, or the implant, and the ones that were hiding in the first dream, they were actually hiding in a tree. As a matter of fact, let's get some more scriptures. I'm just going to go through the scriptures as I'm explaining. First, let me go to Psalms, because we're actually asking the Lord to hide us from all of these things. This is Psalm 64, and verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of workers of iniquity." All right, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So there's a secret counsel, things behind the scenes that we can't see. And they're the ones that's really controlling this world. Of course, the secret council right now is trying to come up with this one world government with this with the mark of the beast. Okay, they call it the mark of the beast for a reason. It's a mark that's going to link you directly to this beast system. Okay, so we need the Lord to pretty much hide us from that, because sooner or later, it's not going to just be no, I'm not going to take it. You're going to actually have to not be around these devils. You have to avoid them. The scriptures say, be as pilgrims amongst the earth. We're going to be actually moving throughout this earth until we receive the salvation from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, once Yahweh Shah return. So let's go to Revelations 15 in verse. I started verse 1. It says, "And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High." Verse 2. "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having harps in their harps of the Most High." Okay, so the sea of glass, they're in a chariot. Scriptures also say, "Hide me." The Lord said, "Hide me in thy secret chambers." He's talking about the chariots. The chariots are going to go save and rescue those that are avoiding this beast system, that fear the Lord, that's going to receive salvation. All right. The Lord has an elect on the planet right now that's living amongst the people. Some are going to get taken. Some are going to actually get saved. So the ones that were taken by these beasts, they just got taken. The ones that was saved was they were saved. Now, the first dream, the ones that actually avoided the wolves, they was hiding in a tree. All right, so that made me think about the tree of life, and let's go back. As a matter of fact, let's finish this one right here. I'm gonna read it again, and it says, "And I saw as if it, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire." Like the chariots are pure energy, so you're gonna be standing on, like, it could be like a force field. If you ever see like a sci-fi movie and there's like a force field or something, or it's like a glow, like you see it's there, but it's nothing you can do to it. It's a force field. It's energy. So that's how these chariots are. That's why they can move the way they move. At the certain speeds that they move in. So it says, "And them that had gotten victory over the beast." The victory over the beast is that hour of temptation that people are going to have to face. The hour of temptation is going to be the time when you either have to take this mark of the beast, haul ass, or get taken and put into a concentration camp. Okay. The Lord is, he's dealing with certain people. Even if you get taken and put into a concentration camp, the scriptures talk about the fiery trial. Some men are going to have to go through that. Some men are just going to be running, dodging bullets, saving other people, leading people. But overall, if you're part of the elect, the angels are gonna be the Lord's gonna have his angels have charge over you. Okay. And it says, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. All right, so these are the ones that receive salvation. They were taken in a chariot. So they had victory over the beast. Now let's go back, Revelations 2:7. It says, "He that had an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. To him that overcometh," same thing, to get victory over the beast, it says, "Will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of the Most High." So the first dream, it made me think about this scripture, because the ones that actually were saved from the wolves, they were hiding in a tree. I'm like, well, maybe that's the tree of life that's spoken of in Revelations. Revelations 22 go into it. Go into the tree of life. So let's skip over to Revelations 22. So throughout the scriptures, I'm not going to go through the breakdowns, but throughout the Revelations 22, it talks about the tree of life. The tree of life for those that's going to receive the salvation uh, uh, for, of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay. And it was something else I wanted to get. Salakia. So I mean, that was pretty much it. The people were hiding in the tree. And then the second dream, it was the sky was filled with chariots. So that's actually, as a matter of fact, let's get something else real quick, because the sky is going to be filled with chariots when the Lord returns. And this is Isaiah 66:15. It says, "Behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." Okay, so the Lord is going to come. The sky is going to be filled with chariots when the Lord comes. And those that receive salvation are the ones that was written in the tree of life. All right. But yeah, I just kind of got that out of there, and just wanted to put it to a lesson. If brothers want to respond to it, please do. But yeah, just briefly going over it again. It was the first dream. It was wolves uh, taking people, and the ones that were saved, they were hiding in a tree. Second dream, it was large cats or panthers. Dark cats, really big and strong, taking people, and the people was hiding, and then when she looked up, she saw the sky was full of chariots. So of course we know what's going on behind the scenes. The Lord didn't have us ignorant to what's going on. He revealed the secrets to the prophets, and we're able to take certain dreams, images, and apply them to the scriptures. So, hey man, we're in that time. We're in the last days. Our sons and daughters and men and women are going to be having visions and dreams. So a lot of people are going to come to the prophets. Hey, what does that mean? You know, refer back to the scriptures. Okay. So I pray this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rahakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the elect.